So, welcome back to my outdoor office, and apologies for the noise as I hit the microphone with a strap. And Wales in the far distance, not sure you can see it today, but it's up there, trust me. That's the little village of Belstone, and the big standing stone you can see there is actually the boundary marker between two parishes. It's all back in the distance there. So, why am I here? Why am I here? Because, well, I basically thought the weather's far too nice to stay behind, so I'm going to come out for a quick walk with the dogs. And it's lovely up here, as the other bits have just shown. Sit. Got a dog trying to pull on the lead there. So what was I going to talk about today? Well, I thought today would be a good day to talk a little bit about something which people have been asking me about. I just put my coffee on. Where's a good place to put it? There, I think. One coffee machine on, and pull out the thing I wanted to talk about. I have had a number of questions. One is, what do I use this for? This is a Lochby tool roll, and it's frankly fantastic. I have talked about it a little bit before, but I thought just to show what I use it for every single day might not be a bad idea. So you got this hook fastening here, simple hook, and all you have to do to release it is pull it at the back, and then it comes straight out nice and easily. And then you have an old-fashioned style tool roll. Looky here, it's brilliant. And this is what I tend to carry every single day, so I'll always have a small paint palette and a water brush so that I can, while I'm out and about, do a sketch, which is rather appealing. But in the same gap, I've also got an Anker battery. Now, this is enough to charge my FreeWrite, my iPhone, and my coffee machine. It's frankly very useful. But of course, I have a number of tools. I've got a FreeWrite and a coffee machine and iPhone, and I have an iPad. All of these cables are needed for those different flaming devices, which is a bit irritating, but, you know, can't do anything much about that. The other thing this tool roll always has is a notebook. This is a Field Notes. Not the most wonderful of notebooks, but it's convenient. It's the right sort of size to fit the gap, so who am I to argue? And then the tool roll also has a zip-up area here, and that's where I keep spare lancets and alcohol wipes, and what else is there? Oh yes, a spare battery too, for my diabetic testing kit. So if I ever feel as though I'm getting a bit low, I have my spares here. That is a little Lochby tool roll. It's made of waxed cotton, which I think is rather lovely. It's got this second little, what do you call it, a tab I suppose there, so you can stop the metal buckle from whipping around and hitting you and getting in the way and being irritating. It's made of waxed cotton, which reminds me so much of my old days with a moped when I used to wear Belstaff gear, which was brilliant. I wish I could find the resources to buy another one. Actually, I like waxed cotton. It just feels nice when it's on you. And all you have to do to put the roll together is slide the hook through one of those retaining tabs, I suppose you call it, and then just pull it tight. And there you have a really neat, very efficient little tool roll. What else do I always carry? Well, in my pocket here, I always have my William Hanna notebook too, because it works for me the same as a wallet. It's got my credit cards and driving license in it, and it's also got a notebook with currently a list of train times on it, because last week I was in London and I needed to be reminded by my wife when I had to get to the station and not miss my train, because being an author, that's the sort of thing I would normally do, and it would be irritating. Now, other questions I've had have been fairly detailed. One, for example, was this about the out-in coffee machine, and the question was, are the batteries replaceable? And the short answer is, I haven't got the faintest idea. I'm going to have to check on that. Oh, it's just started making my coffee, which means I must have been talking for about 5 minutes, and I have been. Yeah, that's good. So yes, this thing, I mean, it feels incredibly well made. The quality of the plastic seems very high, and I'm fairly certain that it must be possible to get replacement batteries for it. I mean, the main thing for me right now is purely that my recharger, my battery pack, will charge it, and it takes about half an hour, I've discovered, to take it from 0 to fully charged. That's wrong. No, it takes about half an hour if it's down to one battery blob, so it's lost 25% of battery. It takes about half an hour to charge it up to full again. And I like to keep it fully charged because I never know when I'm going to be using it. But I'm using it every day. I use it while I'm out on the walk with the dogs like this, because it's wonderful to be able to have a coffee up here. And I use it when I'm on the train going up to London, like last week. And I use it almost every evening for a good night cup of coffee at about 10 o'clock. Because I'm one of those, I've never had a problem with the caffeine at night. I know a lot of people do. I was talking to someone the other day who, if he has a coffee after 11 o'clock in the morning, then he's wrecked for the night and he won't sleep. Peculiar, I find. But yes, I'm sorry this is a slightly curtailed writerly witterings today, but the simple fact is I am so tight to a deadline, and I've got to write a speech for next Saturday, which I'm giving a talk to the Historical Novel Society. So I thought today I would mix and match coming up and walking at the same time as doing a video. It seemed to make sense to me, and I think it's worked quite well. Hopefully the sound quality isn't as bad as I fear it might be because of the wind, but I'll only know that when I get back home and test it on the computer. So in the meantime, thanks a lot for watching. Cheers. Don't forget, if you want to support the channel, you can go down to the bottom and you can give me a super thanks or a Patreon or buy me a coffee and all that good stuff. But if you really want to help me as an author, then just go and buy some books, would you? But apart from that, here's a couple of videos of stupid pups while we were walking on the way up here. Take care. Cheers. Speak to you in a week. Oh. That was good. Here we have two rather bored dogs who want to get moving again. Well, be a shame not to please them. You are a thug. I don't think they're quite tired enough yet.